Hello everyone and welcome to Bus 311. I'm excited to have you here today. This course is all about the law of business organization. We'll be exploring how businesses are structured, the legal principles behind them, and what you need to know to navigate the legal landscape of business. Over the next few sessions, we'll cover key concepts, legal frameworks, and practical insights. I look forward to a great learning journey with all of you. Let's get started. In this slide, we're focusing on real-world scenarios that help us develop both legal reasoning and professional judgment. These practical situations are essential because they allow us to apply theoretical knowledge in a way that mirrors actual business practices. We want to understand not just the legal principles involved, but also how different organizational forms behave in practice. We'll explore characteristics, advantages, and liabilities of each type of business structure, such as sole proprietorships, partnerships, LLCs, corporations, and franchises. Recognizing these features helps us make informed decisions and anticipate potential legal issues. This part of the course ties everything together by giving us a comprehensive view of how legal principles govern the formation, operation, and management of various business organizations. Ultimately, this approach equips us to navigate real-world challenges with confidence and sound judgment, aligning perfectly with the overall theme of developing applied legal reasoning. Now, beyond just understanding different business structures, this course dives into some really important areas like corporate governance, which is all about how companies are managed and overseen. We'll also look at financing and securities regulation, giving you insight into how companies raise capital and stay compliant with the law. Mergers and acquisitions are another key area, helping you understand how companies expand or restructure through deals. Plus, we'll cover employment law, so you gain a well-rounded view of the legal landscape in the corporate world. The goal here is to equip you with the ability to analyze business decisions critically, applying solid legal reasoning. This isn't just about memorizing rules, it's about making informed, professional judgments that can really impact the success and integrity of a business. All of these topics are connected by the overall theme of understanding the legal context in which businesses operate. This will empower you to navigate complex situations confidently and ethically in your future careers. Now, on this slide, we're looking at how different business forms are compared to understand their advantages and disadvantages. It's important to recognize that each type, whether it's publicly held or closely held corporations, has its own unique benefits and challenges. Similarly, general partnerships versus limited partnerships offer different levels of liability and control. Then we have sole proprietorships, which are simple and easy to start, but come with unlimited personal liability. Limited liability companies, or LLCs, combine some of the best features of corporations and partnerships, offering flexibility and limited liability. The goal here is to give you a clear understanding of these business forms so you can see how they fit into the bigger picture of business organization. This overview ties into our core purpose of helping you grasp the principles and laws that shape business entities and how to apply them effectively in real-world situations. On this slide, we're focusing on federal laws that protect employees from unlawful discrimination in the workplace. These laws are essential because they ensure that everyone has a fair chance and is treated equally, regardless of factors like race, gender, or age. Next, we see employment discrimination, which covers issues related to unfair treatment that can occur during hiring, promotions, or even everyday work interactions. It's important to understand these protections to foster a respectful and inclusive work environment. Moving on, the slide highlights benefit structures, compensation, and workplace protections. These are critical aspects because they directly impact the well-being and security of employees. Proper benefits and fair pay are not just good practice, they're legal requirements in many cases. Then we look at employee benefits, which include health insurance, retirement plans, and other perks that support employees' overall welfare. Ensuring these benefits are equitable and compliant with laws is a key responsibility for organizations. Finally, the responsibilities of corporate directors and officers, along with principles of corporate finance, come into play. These roles are vital in maintaining ethical standards, making sound financial decisions, and ensuring the company adheres to employment law principles. As we wrap up this section, remember that understanding how employment law intersects with corporate operations helps us build stronger, fairer organizations. This comprehensive approach is central to the overall theme of responsible business leadership. Now, let's look at how different business forms compare and how to choose the most appropriate one for a given situation. Understanding these differences is crucial because the right business structure can impact your liability, taxes, and overall operations. Next, we'll explore the characteristics of corporations and other business formations, paying special attention to how they handle taxes and liabilities. Knowing these features helps you make informed decisions about which structure best suits your goals. Finally, we'll review the essential documents that must be filed with government agencies to establish various types of businesses. These filings are the first step in legally forming your business and ensuring compliance with regulations. By the end of this section, you'll be better equipped to evaluate different business forms and understand what's required to set them up properly. Let's now look at applying employment laws, which are essential for protecting employees' rights and ensuring safe, fair workplaces. These laws cover a range of important issues such as health and safety standards, creating a hostile work environment, wrongful termination, and discrimination. Understanding these protections helps us see how organizations must adhere to legal standards to foster a respectful and secure environment for everyone. This ties into the broader theme of corporate responsibility and ethical practices in business. This textbook is the primary resource for all of our course modules, so it's really essential that you use it as your main guide throughout the class. As you go through each module, make sure to complete all the assigned readings before you submit your written assignments. This way, you'll have a solid understanding of the material and be well prepared to apply what you've learned. Remember, staying on top of the readings not only helps you succeed academically, but also connects to the overall theme of mastering the concepts needed for your future work as paralegals. The textbook by Bouchus from 2026, Business Organizations for Paralegals, is a key resource that you'll want to keep close as we progress through the course. Let's talk about how our course exams work. They are designed to assess your understanding of all the module content we've covered. The final exam is comprehensive, meaning it covers everything, and it's externally proctored to ensure academic integrity. It's worth 100 points, so it's a significant part of your grade. You'll have up to 3 hours to complete the exam, which gives you plenty of time to think through your answers. Remember, proctoring must be arranged through the Coopersmith Career Consulting proctoring process, so be sure to follow that procedure. Now, moving on to the exam content. Required readings include articles, videos, and lecture materials that I select for each module. It's really important to complete all these readings before you submit your module assignments, as they form the foundation of your understanding and help you succeed on the exams. Overall, these assessments and materials are designed to reinforce your learning and ensure you're prepared for the final. Stay organized, keep up with the readings, and plan ahead for the proctoring arrangements. The comprehensive final exam for Bus 311 is worth a total of 100 points. It includes a variety of question types to thoroughly assess your understanding and application of the course concepts. There are 10 multiple-choice questions, which test your core knowledge and decision-making skills. Additionally, you'll encounter one case study question, allowing you to analyze real-world scenarios. There are also conceptual explanation questions that require you to demonstrate your understanding of important ideas, and 4 short answer questions that challenge you to articulate your thoughts clearly and concisely. The diverse structure of the exam ensures that it not only measures your memorization, but also your ability to apply concepts in different contexts. Ultimately, this exam is designed to give a comprehensive picture of your grasp of the material, encouraging you to connect theory with practical application throughout the course. Let's talk about the structure of each module. Each one includes readings, lectures, assignments, and a module quiz. These components work together to create a comprehensive learning experience. The readings provide the foundational knowledge, while the lectures help to clarify and expand on those concepts. Assignments are designed to reinforce what you've learned, encouraging you to review ideas critically and apply your knowledge through practical activities. These activities often connect course content to real-world situations, making the learning more relevant and engaging. And at the end of each module, there's a quiz to assess your understanding and help solidify the material. Overall, this structured approach ensures you're actively engaging with the content and building a strong grasp of the subject matter. Now, let's explore the different methods entrepreneurs use to finance their business operations. One of the most common ways is raising capital, which involves obtaining funds to start or grow a business. It's important to understand the advantages and disadvantages of each method, as well as the legal and financial structures involved, because these factors directly impact owner rights and liabilities. For example, when entrepreneurs choose a sole proprietorship, they take on the full responsibility and ownership of the business. This structure is characterized by simplicity and direct control, but it also means that the owner is personally liable for all debts and obligations. Successful entrepreneurs are characterized by their resilience, adaptability, and clear responsibilities. They understand the risks and are committed to their vision. This discussion ties into our overall theme of entrepreneurship by highlighting how different approaches and structures influence the journey of turning an idea into a thriving business. Now, let's delve into the legal processes involved when a general partnership dissolves or terminates. This includes handling asset distribution and settling any remaining obligations, which are crucial steps to ensure everything is wrapped up properly. When we talk about dissolution, it's important to understand the fiduciary duties that partners owe to each other. These duties require partners to act in good faith and in the best interest of the partnership, especially when it comes to sharing profits, losses, authority, and liabilities. Understanding rights and duties is essential because these define what partners can expect from each other and what responsibilities they have within the partnership. Finally, let's touch on the legal characteristics, formation requirements, and operational structure of a general partnership. Recognizing these foundational elements helps us see how these entities are created, managed, and dissolved in accordance with legal standards. All of these points connect to the broader theme of how partnerships operate within a legal framework, ensuring they function smoothly and responsibly from formation through dissolution. Now, let's talk about the legal structure and formation process of different partnership types. It's important to understand how they are created and what legal steps are involved. We also need to consider liability exposure, what risks partners face, and what protections are available to them. Knowing this helps us assess the safety and responsibilities within each structure. Next, we'll look at dissolution procedures, how a partnership can be legally ended, and what consequences might follow from that process. This is key to planning for the future and avoiding surprises. We'll also explore how profits, losses, and assets are distributed among partners, which varies depending on the partnership type and agreement. Now, to tie everything together, a key part of understanding partnerships is differentiating roles, rights, responsibilities, and management authority between partner types. For example, general partners have more control but also more liability, while limited partners typically have limited involvement but also limited liability. Specifically, with limited partnerships, we see a structure where general partners handle management and are liable for debts, while limited partners invest money but don't participate in daily operations. Recognizing these distinctions helps us make informed decisions about the right partnership structure for our goals. Now, let's explore when an LLC is the most appropriate choice for different business scenarios. We'll compare LLCs with other common structures like sole proprietorships, partnerships, and corporations to see what makes each unique. The key points to focus on are liability protection, taxation flexibility, and management adaptability. These are some of the main reasons why business owners might choose an LLC over other forms. We'll also look at the advantages of an LLC, including its legal structure, how easy it is to form, and its key characteristics that provide both flexibility and protection. As we examine the formation process and structure, you'll see why many students and entrepreneurs consider the LLC a highly versatile business structure. Throughout this module, keep in mind that choosing the right organizational form depends on your specific needs and goals. The LLC offers a balance of legal protection and flexibility that can be ideal for many types of businesses, especially those seeking to limit personal liability while maintaining management control. Now, let's look at how we evaluate real-world business scenarios and the decision-making processes behind them. When analyzing different companies, it's important to consider their structure and how that impacts their operations and legal obligations. In this section, we'll explore the different types of corporations, including close, open, publicly traded, and subchapter S corporations. Each has its own advantages, disadvantages, and legal characteristics that influence how they function and how decisions are made. We'll also cover the key legal requirements involved in forming a corporation. This includes important documents such as articles of incorporation, bylaws, and organizational records. These are the foundational elements that establish the company's legal identity and governance. Understanding the incorporation requirements is crucial because they set the stage for proper corporate formation. Knowing what needs to be filed and documented helps ensure legal compliance and smooth operation. By mastering these concepts, you'll be better equipped to analyze business scenarios critically and understand the decision-making processes that shape successful companies. This is all about applying analysis to real-world situations and making informed choices based on the structure and legal framework of the business. Now, let's look at dividends and capital gains as shareholder returns. These are the primary ways shareholders benefit from their investments in a company. Dividends are periodic payments made out of the company's profits, providing a steady income stream. Capital gains, on the other hand, occur when the value of the stock increases and shareholders sell at a profit. Next, it's important to consider the tax implications tied to these returns. Taxes on corporate earnings and stock transactions can significantly impact the net gains for shareholders. Understanding how taxes work helps investors make more informed decisions about when and how to buy or sell stocks. There's also a close relationship between a company's financing decisions and shareholder ownership. When a company raises capital, say, through issuing new stock, it can affect ownership percentages, voting rights, and even the company's strategic direction. These decisions are vital because they directly influence the value and security of shareholders' investments. As we've discussed earlier, financial returns for shareholders come from dividends and capital gains, but taxes play a crucial role in determining the actual benefit. Finally, let's touch on how corporations raise capital through the issuance of stock. This includes common stock, which typically offers voting rights and potential dividends, and preferred stock, which often provides a fixed dividend but may lack voting rights. Each type has its own advantages and limitations, and understanding these helps investors evaluate their options within the broader framework of corporate financing strategies. All of these concepts tie back to our overall theme, understanding the financial landscape of corporate decision-making and how it impacts shareholder value. Now, let's turn our attention to some of the legal and financial risks involved in franchising. This includes issues related to contracts, corporate responsibilities, and liability concerns, especially when it comes to termination disputes. It's crucial to understand that these elements can significantly impact both franchisors and franchisees, so having clear agreements and legal protections in place is essential. Moving on, an important aspect of franchise management is the role of trademarks, trade names, and brand protection. Your brand is your most valuable asset, and safeguarding it through proper trademark registration and enforcement is key to maintaining your market position and reputation. Next, we delve into the legal framework that underpins franchising. It's about understanding the rights and responsibilities of both franchisors and franchisees, what each party is entitled to, and what obligations they have. This clarity helps prevent disputes and ensures a smooth partnership. Then, we look at franchise structure, how a franchise operates within its organizational setup. This includes different models and arrangements that can be tailored to various business needs. Finally, we touch on franchises and their special forms. These might include master franchising, area development, or other innovative formats that expand the traditional franchise concept. Throughout this module, remember that understanding these legal and structural aspects is fundamental to building a successful and compliant franchise system. Now, let's take a closer look at some of the major provisions that have been put in place to strengthen corporate oversight, transparency, and financial accountability. One of the most significant pieces of legislation in this area is the Sarbanes-Oxley Act. This law was designed to restore public confidence in corporate financial reporting by establishing strict standards and accountability measures. Its purpose is to protect investors and ensure that management decisions are made in good faith and with integrity. The Act applies to publicly traded companies and has had a profound impact on how companies operate and communicate their financial health. Another key concept is the business judgment rule. This rule provides legal protection for directors and officers when they make decisions in good faith, believing they are acting in the company's best interest. It recognizes that good faith business decisions, even if they turn out poorly, should not be second-guessed unless there is evidence of fraud or bad intent. This ties into the fiduciary duties of directors, officers, and shareholders, who all have responsibilities to act honestly, loyally, and diligently within the framework of corporate governance. In summary, this module is all about understanding how corporations are governed and held accountable. We focus particularly on the landmark Sarbanes-Oxley Act, which has reshaped corporate oversight and transparency. By grasping these key roles and duties, we can better appreciate how strong governance supports the integrity and stability of our financial markets and corporate environments. Let's explore the legal, financial, and organizational implications that come with managing multinational businesses. When companies operate across borders, they face a complex web of regulations and legal frameworks that can significantly impact their strategies and operations. It's not just about compliance. It affects how companies structure their investments, navigate risks, and manage their resources globally. Moving on to global operations, strategies, motivations, risks, and defensive measures. These are critical for managing international ventures. Companies develop strategies to enter new markets, motivated by growth or competitive advantage. However, these ventures also carry risks like political instability or currency fluctuations. To mitigate these, organizations often employ defensive measures such as partnerships or strategic alliances. Next, we have hostile takeovers, which are aggressive moves where one company attempts to acquire another without its consent. This highlights the importance of understanding how companies defend themselves and how regulators may step in. Speaking of regulation, government rules and policies play a vital role in evaluating and impacting corporate transactions. For example, antitrust laws are designed to prevent monopolies and promote fair competition. These laws guide how mergers and acquisitions are reviewed and approved. When we talk about mergers and acquisitions, we're referring to the legal processes and strategic reasons behind corporate consolidation and expansion. These steps involve thorough due diligence, negotiations, and compliance with legal standards to ensure successful integration. Finally, corporate acquisitions and multinational corporations exemplify how large organizations expand their reach and influence across borders. They often face unique legal and organizational challenges, but they also have the potential for significant growth and market dominance. All these elements tie back to the overall theme of managing complex, global business environments responsibly and strategically. Now, let's delve into the importance of disclosure requirements and the role of the prospectus. These are fundamental in ensuring transparency in securities offerings. A prospectus provides potential investors with essential information about the securities being offered, including risks, financial details, and the issuer's background. This helps investors make informed decisions and promotes trust in the market. Next, we need to understand the legal responsibilities involved in securities transactions. Everyone involved in buying or selling securities has certain obligations to follow the law. This includes accurately representing information and adhering to established procedures to avoid misleading investors. Compliance with federal securities laws is crucial. These laws are designed to protect investors and maintain fair, efficient markets. They set the rules for what can and cannot be done in securities trading, ensuring everyone plays by the same standards. Another key area is insider trading rules. Trading based on non-public, material information is not only illegal, but also damages market integrity. The ethical consequences can be severe, including legal penalties and loss of reputation, which highlights the importance of acting responsibly and ethically in all securities dealings. Throughout this module, we see that the overarching purpose of securities regulations is to protect investors from false or incomplete information. At the same time, they foster transparency and fairness, which are essential for healthy financial markets. These principles help build investor confidence and ensure the market functions smoothly for everyone involved. Now, let's take a closer look at some of the key laws that impact workforce management. First, we have FMLA, COBRA, immigration laws, and their influence on how we manage our workforce. These laws are crucial because they govern employee rights related to leave, health coverage continuation, and work authorization. Understanding these helps us support our employees effectively while staying compliant. Next, we have employee rights, which include regulations like the Fair Labor Standards Act, or FLSA. This law sets important standards for minimum wage, overtime pay, and restrictions on child labor. It's vital to ensure we're meeting these standards to protect our employees and avoid legal issues. Moving on to labor standards, these encompass OSHA regulations, workers' compensation laws, and federal policies that promote employee well-being. OSHA, for example, focuses on safe working conditions, which is essential for preventing workplace injuries and fostering a healthy environment. Finally, all these laws, pertaining to employment, worker protection, and immigration, are interconnected. They form the legal foundation that guides how we manage our workforce responsibly and ethically. By understanding and applying these regulations, we create a safer, fairer, and more compliant workplace for everyone. Now, let's look at how to differentiate lawful from unlawful practices in the workplace. It's essential to use both legal and ethical reasoning when making decisions about hearing, termination, and accommodations. This means understanding the purpose behind these practices and their impact on employees and the organization as a whole. For example, when applying the Americans with Disabilities Act, we need to consider how workplace practices support employee rights and comply with legal responsibilities. The ADA is a key law that addresses discrimination based on disability and requires reasonable accommodations. Beyond that, anti-discrimination laws protect employees from unfair treatment based on race, gender, religion, and other protected characteristics. The final module of this training focuses on these laws, specifically, how they promote equal opportunity and prevent discrimination in the workplace. Overall, understanding these legal principles helps us create fair, respectful, and compliant workplace environments, aligning with the broader theme of fostering an inclusive and lawful workplace culture. Let's take a closer look at the course module roadmap. This slide provides a clear overview of the structure we'll follow throughout the course. You'll notice that each module is designed to build on the previous one, creating a logical progression of learning. This roadmap is important because it helps you understand how each part fits into the bigger picture and how it contributes to your overall goals. As we move through the modules, you'll see how the skills and concepts interconnect, reinforcing the theme of continuous, integrated learning. Keep this roadmap in mind as a guide to help you stay focused and organized as you navigate the course content. Now, let's look at how each business form carries its own legal, tax, and liability implications. Understanding these differences is really at the heart of what we're studying in Bus 311. When choosing a business structure, it's crucial to consider how it will impact your legal responsibilities, tax obligations, and personal liability. For example, some forms might offer more liability protection but could come with more complex tax requirements. Others might be simpler to set up but place more personal risk on the owners. By understanding these distinctions, you can make more informed decisions that align with your business goals and personal risk tolerance. Remember, the right business form can make a significant difference in your overall success and legal security. This comparison helps us see the strengths and potential pitfalls of each option, which is key to building a solid foundation for any business. Let's take a moment to look at some of the key legal themes that run throughout this course. First, we have federal laws that protect workers and regulate how employers conduct themselves. These laws are essential because they ensure fair treatment and safe working environments for employees everywhere. Next, we've discussed different methods of raising capital. From issuing shares to launching an IPO or issuing securities, understanding these options is crucial for financing growth and managing a company's financial health. Then, we moved on to the duties of directors, officers, and partners. Their responsibilities are vital in managing organizations effectively and ethically. They set the tone for corporate governance and ensure the company stays aligned with legal and ethical standards. Finally, we looked at how different organizational structures impact owner liability. Some structures protect owners from personal financial risk, while others expose them to more potential liability. Recognizing these differences helps entrepreneurs and managers make informed decisions about how to structure their businesses. Overall, these themes connect to the broader idea of understanding how law shapes business practices, risk management, and organizational integrity. They're fundamental to navigating the legal landscape of any business venture. Legal knowledge is most valuable when it can actually be applied in real situations. That's what this course is all about, bridging the gap between theory and practice at every step. In Bus 311, we're not just focusing on memorizing legal rules. Instead, our goal is to develop the ability to apply legal reasoning to real-world business decisions. You'll analyze case studies, which helps you see how legal concepts work in actual scenarios. You'll evaluate organizational choices, weighing different options, and considering their legal implications. Most importantly, you'll practice the kind of professional judgment that's required in corporate and business environments, making thoughtful, informed decisions that are grounded in legal understanding. This approach ties back to the overall theme of the course, equipping you not just with knowledge, but with the skills to use that knowledge effectively when it really counts. All right, let's talk about how to effectively prepare for your exam. You have up to 3 hours to complete it, so packing yourself is really key. Remember, the exam includes 40 multiple-choice questions, 4 short-answer questions, and 1 case study. Managing your time wisely across these sections is crucial to avoid rushing at the end. Now, a good tip is to schedule your approved proctor well in advance through the Coopersmith career consulting process. This ensures everything is set up smoothly, so you won't have last-minute surprises. Planning ahead gives you peace of mind and allows you to focus solely on the exam when the time comes. Next, I want to emphasize the importance of reviewing your module quizzes. Each quiz mirrors the types of questions you'll see on the final exam. So, going through these quizzes thoroughly helps you understand the question formats and the kind of thinking required. And don't forget about the readings. All textbook chapters, articles, and video lectures are fair game for exam questions. That means you need to complete all your readings and engage with the material. These resources are your best preparation tools, so use them fully. To sum up, effective exam preparation combines good time management, early planning for proctoring, reviewing practice questions, and completing all relevant readings. Keep these strategies in mind, and you'll set yourself up for success. The exam is designed to ensure comprehensive coverage of all the course material, which helps promote a fair and rigorous evaluation process. It includes 40 multiple-choice questions, allowing for a broad assessment of your understanding across different topics. There are also 4 short-answer questions, encouraging you to demonstrate your ability to articulate concepts clearly. Additionally, there's 1 case study with 10 multiple-choice questions, which tests your analytical skills and your ability to apply what you've learned to real-world scenarios. The question breakdown is structured to give a well-rounded evaluation. The course code for this exam is BUS 311, and the total points you can earn are 100. You will have 3 hours to complete the exam, which is externally proctored to maintain integrity. The questions are randomly selected from a large test bank, so no 2 exams are exactly the same, promoting fairness and reducing chances of cheating. Overall, this final exam ties into our broader theme of ensuring a thorough understanding of the course content while maintaining a fair testing environment. It's designed to challenge you, but also to fairly assess your knowledge and skills across all key areas we've covered. Now, let's look at what wraps up this course. We have a 100-point comprehensive assessment, which includes a final exam designed to test your practical, applied legal reasoning skills. This is your opportunity to demonstrate how well you've grasped the material. The course is structured around 6 key learning outcomes, ensuring you gain a thorough understanding of business law across a wide range of topics. Over the 12 modules, we've covered everything from the basics of business organization to more complex legal concepts. The law of business organization, in particular, equips you with the essential knowledge and analytical skills needed to navigate complex business environments, whether you're forming a sole proprietorship or understanding multinational corporate law. With all this preparation, you're now ready to begin BUS 311, so let's get started.